My son was born with a condition called pectus excavatum. In layman's terms, his chest is sunken in. His condition was so bad that he only had 2.5 inches between his sternum and his spine, and his heart and lungs were bruised because of it. In December, he had surgery to correct it, and they put 2 nickel bars in his chest to give it space and train his bones to grow correctly. About 3 weeks after his surgery, the kid punched him and dislodged the top bar, and he had to have another surgery to put the bar back in place. The kid has been through a lot. Well, the doctor cleared him for most activity last week. Just no eating or bike riding, but he can now lift his 3G and go hang out with friends and play pick-up non-contact sports. Unbeknownst to me, a kid in his class had been bullying him all semester, and because my son was afraid of getting hit again, he just took it. While the evening he was cleared, he came to me and said, "Dad, I am cleared now. A kid has been bullying me and hitting me for months. Can I kick his ass?" Well, my son is Scratch really a fighter. He's just fought with his brothers, but never anyone else, and he's always gotten his ass kicked. So I just figured he was just talking. But this is the first I had heard about the bullying, and I was concerned. I could tell he was distressed about the situation. So I told him to knock the fucker out. He just nodded and went to his room. Now his older brother is Tassobi. He had a traumatic brain injury 2 years ago, and he missed the year of school, so he skits in the same grade and coincidentally takes the same class. I talked to him about it and told him to handle it, but don't skit in trouble. He told me that the kid walks in every day and punches my son in the head. I asked him why he allowed that to happen, and he said he wanted his brother to get tough, and once he was tired of getting hit, he would do something about it. While I can't agree with his thinking, I instructed him to handle it without getting in trouble. The next morning, I took them both to school, then drove back home to get my younger daughter, who goes to a different school that starts later. On the way to take her to school, my wife calls me. "Have you taken Zach to school yet?" "Well, after you do, go pick up your son. He got in a fight." I just assumed it was my oldest son. Imagine my surprise when I walked into the school office to see my younger son with a grin from ear to ear. He was beaming. He pointed to another kid sitting in a chair holding an ice pack on his face. I warned him I was so proud. He had walked into class, sat down, and the kid popped him in the head like always. My older son got up to intervene, and before he could, my son decked the kid with one punch. He said the kid was bawling on the floor and that it was the best day of his life. He got suspended for 3 days.